Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about credit and assets, using passive income to pay for those credit, debt, assets. That's how we like to do it in evolution, ladies and gentlemen. Not just get credit and debt for the hell of it, but we want to use it to get us a little more assets. That's what we're going to talk about. If you're confused, don't worry, stay tuned. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to thank you so much for being here on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, and everybody on the podcast. Thank you so much for being here as well. But please share the tracks, share the videos, because you never know who's watching, who's listening, that you can help. Now, notice the join button over here on the right-hand side. That's how you become a member of the channel with the icon, such as what you see in the chat room on our live streams. And you have special emojis. You also receive special messages on the community tab specifically for you. You can always join me as a member on any live stream. And of course, you receive 1 or 2 videos per month specifically for you. Now, let's get into this credit situation and assets and passive income, because this is all going to go together over the next 3 years. But if you get in early, meaning right now, setting yourself up for success is what you're doing every day, every month right now. And you may have to sacrifice now, but it's going to be a lot better if you handle things early than later. And what I mean by that is down below in the description, in case you need to improve your personal credit, there will be links to places like Credit Strong, to Self-Lender. Everybody knows that. We still do authorized user trade lines. That's there. There's also other options like Grow Credit, Tomo Credit, and a few others for personal credit. But don't worry, I know some of you are starting a business, and if you're starting a business and you chose Opus Virtual Office, that's right, you don't want to really have your office in your home. You want to have an office in your home, but you also want to have a virtual address. I'll have that link down below because people answer the phone in your business name. You receive mail at the business address. The business address can be used when you're trying to get business credit as well. And they report to the credit bureaus. So all of that is being done, and you can use that effectively. If we're talking about business credit, down below for startups that are 6 months old or older, you can use Capital on Tap to get a credit card. That is also just not for the United States citizens, but it could be for people in the UK and other locations around the world. So you want to check out capitalontap.us. It's simple as that. Then you have the traditional. If you want your credit to be checked for free, you use nav.org, nav.com actually. Anyhow, I'll have a link down below. And then if you pay them $39 a month or $49 per month, they report to your business credit file as well. Now, there'll be a few net 30s down below in case you just started and want to do a net 30s and get some other business type of credit on your credit file and start being tracked. That can help you as well. Now, the other thing is, as far as business goes, if you are presently bringing in $10,000 a month in revenue or more, then that means you should be setting up an account with Get Divvy, which is down below. They help you get a line of credit. You can also have Blue Vine checking account. That helps you get a line of credit. If you have something coming through PayPal, it doesn't even matter if it's 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, 20. You can get a line of credit through them, otherwise known as PayPal Working Capital. Now, all of that is debt, ladies and gentlemen. You want to pay off and start paying down the debt. The reason why I'm saying this is because the Federal Reserve is going to increase the interest rates. You want to have assets? Then anything you buy going forward on credit, you need to consider getting assets. What type of assets? Well, that could be products for your business that you need to sell, because that way you have profits coming in. That's an asset. That may be multifamily property, real estate. You're not going to use your bullet for home, which means you had to put down 10%. You want to use your bullets maybe for that multifamily property where you might have to put down 20, 25%, but then you have revenue coming in. And then that revenue coming in, profit, now you can use that when you try to go get a primary resident and say, hey, I need this amount and this is how much money I have coming in. Now, I want to point out something about this. When you have your own home and you're trying to qualify for a home loan, remember you have a debt to income ratio, 30%. Sure, you can go up to 35, 36, 37, 40, depending on how risky the lender is. But 30% generally is what it is. And I want to show you guys something, because a lot of people out here right now are having to make decisions based on if they should get a home, if they should rent. Well, here's the thing. I put in $500,000. I know, depending on where you live, this might be, low. Like if you lived in Southern California, for instance, I don't know what you would find for 500 grand. But, or in New York City, 500 grand. Again, I'm just using this for the majority of the country. They can buy a $500,000 house. But what I'm about to show you is the majority of the company cannot, really. Because if you count this as 30%, 2,364. Debt to income ratio, meaning I have to make roughly $6,400 and not have a car note, credit cards, or nothing. Because 30% of 6,400 or 6,500 is going to get me around $2,364. That's at 3.92% interest rate, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. But I know what you guys are saying right now. You're like, Eric, that's a pipe dream. It used to be 3.92%. And that's exactly my point. Because soon as I raise this to about the rates people are getting now, 5.3, look at this. You're closer to $2,800. And when you times that by 3, now you are in a range where only a select few of people make. All right, just keep that in mind when you do 28 times 3. That's almost 80 some thousand, right? A year that you're going to need to make this happen. That's 8 G's a month. Just keep that in mind. All right. So again, as the interest rates increase, things are going to get more and more expensive. All right. Now, I just wanted to illustrate this, because a lot of people don't realize what's about to happen when the Federal Reserve increased their interest rates 0.025. The mortgage lenders are already increasing their rates. And in a month or so, when the feds announce their next rate hike, they're going to increase it some more. So don't be surprised if some of you might have lenders talking about 5.75, 6%. And just to show you what happens if this goes up 1.1%. Look at that, 3,100 on the same $500,000 house. So here's the thing. I just want to point out your home could be an asset, but again, you live in it, you pay for it. It's not really an asset because it's not passive income coming in. So just that little difference right there, you go from 28 to almost 31. Well, you do go to 3,100. So that's $300 for every point. Let's see what happens when we go up 7. Yeah, that's $300 for every point. So that is what you have to think about, what your future is. So are you going to make moves now? Are you going to go buy the house now? Are you going to go buy the property now that you want to get before this thing gets out of hand even further? Well, I would highly advise that. But if you don't want to do anything now because whatever you sell and still want to live in the same neighborhood, it's going to cost you the same amount, so you don't get any gain. And the way they're doing the rental rate, they're just as expensive or more than a mortgage, which is crazy. Now, think about all of that. And then I'm going to show you something else that's kind of dire. This is like credit card passive income, but I just delved into this a little further. So please stand by because you have to understand what you are dealing with. Here's 5 times. This is an article from last year. 5 times your credit card issuer can raise your interest rates. I just wanted to show you guys. You have a promotional rate that's ending. That's typical. 0% can sometimes be 12 months, 14, 18 months. So then, of course, after that promotion goes by, you start. Look at this. Some of you may have already found this out, that if you're 2 months late on your payments, your lender could then increase your interest rate. That's right. Isn't that funny? Now, the same thing happens if you are 60 days late on your payments. What's going to happen? Your credit score is going to drop. So now your credit score drops, and guess what? They can raise your interest rate. There you go. And this is one of the reasons why you do not get a variable interest rate right now on anything. Because when the feds say you have a rate, you have a base rate, and all of a sudden it's, let's say, 3%. Then, because you have an adjustable rate mortgage, all of a sudden the feds say we're going to raise it 0.25%. Now they say, well, we're going to raise it up. You're going to have to go 3.5%. So you're going to be paying more. And every time the interest rate goes up and every time they can, they're going to raise it. And you're at jeopardy every time. So that's another type of loan you do not want. You've had the card at least 12 months. Well, there you go. There you go. After 12 months. They're going to send you something saying, hey, our interest rates are going to go up. So keep that in mind. And that's why you have people saying pay down your debt when the economy goes bad. That's one of the things that you are going to have to consider. And then I want to show you lastly here, because we need passive income and ways to make it happen. And you have to use your credit to buy assets such as real estate. Assets sometimes in order to start your business, which could be an asset for you as well. You don't need an asset so much or credit to buy stocks, crypto, or anything else. But if you want to get in this home game, the real estate game, credit will matter, whether it's commercial or personal. All right, here's the national rates. Mortgage rates for April 18th, and that's why I came up with the 5.3. Last week it was 5.8, 5.18. Look at that. These increases are like 0.3%. So again, this is just for the certain credit criteria that they have. Like if you have a 750, they'll say, okay, 5.3. Then if your credit score is lower, they could say 6.5, 6.2, 5.9. All these factors come into play. Your debt to income ratio comes into play. This is why during a bad economy, this is the time that you have to hunker down and do the best you can do with getting your debt low and making sure your credit is paid on time at the same time, and you're still looking for that passive income. So I just wanted to do this real quick today, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to make this long. I wanted to make it like credit and passive income. But with all the passive income going around, you're going to have to actually get real estate in order to get passive income. You might have to deal with crypto or stocks where you have dividend investing, and then you have passive income coming in. But nonetheless, you're going to have to pay attention to the credit, especially in our society where credit card debt is at all-time record highs, and it's just going to get higher. All right? So keep all that in mind. If you ever have any questions, you can always make a comment down below. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why I'm going to have a link to each of the articles that I showed on the screen. That way you can read for yourself. And just think of this, it's going to get worse. So that means you have to sit down and say, hey, it's time for me to get my extra streams of revenue coming in. Whether that means I better start selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, Etsy. No matter if I have to go around here, and I've been talking about the Airbnb experiences in the last passive income as an idea. If I have to go out here and dig ditches and figure out I have to do 2 or 3 jobs, that may be an option as well. But you're going to have to bring in additional streams of revenue. We're going to make another video about this, but don't miss the live streams because we're talking about all kind of opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.